Hello, everybody, and good morning to those that are in the same time zone as me. So, yesterday in the MSI Day 1, we actually got 2 wins in a row. So, we are still in the winner's bracket, which is really cool because now we almost have like a second life. So, if we lose once, we can still participate. Uh, in our first round, we are going up against Lulu Troy. He has a very interesting team. You can view it on like the TemCS website and also the Discord and places if you're around. I still haven't set up being able to show my internet browser, otherwise I would show it to you guys. Um, yeah, there's a whole bracket there. We can see everyone's teams. It's all open info. We're already in top 6, so we're just gonna see if we can get another win, 2, or possibly win the whole thing. We're gonna try. That's for sure. That is for like I'm out of Side Park for now because a buddy of mine sold me some male crystal fert, so I'm going to be trying to get Luma in here just between games. But we're gonna. I woke up a bit later, so I won't be able to play as many games to warm up today. So we're just gonna get started. See what we can do. Still waking up a little bit, so it'll be really good to get some matches in. Fortunately, sitting at the breeding center doesn't really give me anything to do in between besides like run in circles. So yay, fast queue. Jason wants no. We see some of the same Tems here. Half a team. See a Yowler. I hope it's a bulkier Yowler. I want a bit of practice against that. Because if I can win my match against Lulu, and if Plat wins, that could be very threatening. I've already at least planned out kind of what I want to do for the ban phase for my next game or two. So I do have options. Tutsu is really good here. The only thing he has to deal with it is Scaravolt, which I could bring in my Gario and threaten out the Scaravolt, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Scaravolt's also good against Tuvine Hazrat. Hits Mashuk pretty hard. Even decent damage into Yowler, which is nice. Doesn't like being on the board next to Volphy. So I might swap it out as soon as my autonomy procs. We'll see. Just a reminder that my Gario is bulky enough to eat 1 plague from a max special attack Volphy. But most people don't even run max special attack on it. We do see the Yowler. Very threatening. Its turn 1 isn't very oppressive, but I don't know if this one's comebacker or warm-blooded, so it's kind of dangerous if I attack it or if I leave it be. Okay. I think I want to ban Hazrat next. Because Hazrat can hit Saku, Saipat, walls my own Hazrat, and hits Tuvine super effective, so. Mashuk will be a bit of a problem. I'll definitely want to save some health on my Tutsu to deal with that one at all possible. Picking Garia when I have Saku here as a nature is a bit risky, and yet he has to pick either one of 2 4x weaknesses. Well, that's the situation I end up in a lot too. It's just like, oh, well, one of these 2 is basically going to be a dead Tem, so which one do I want? His Gario helps against my Hazrat primarily, and my Scaravolt if I were to pick it, but if he picked Gario, I'd probably pick Saipat either way. Psypat's nice against 2 Vine. It gets walled by Mashuk, which is a bit sad, but it deals with these two as well, so. Yeah, we're going to be looking at Mashuk and Yowler as two of the big threats. Maybe I do bring Scaravolt just to deal with Mashuk a little bit better, because Gario with Soil Steam can one-shot Scaravolt. But I don't want to risk it. I don't know if it's half full or good friend. Depending on which one, that could screw up my game plan pretty bad. Marbles proc, always nice. I really want to show off here, but if he doubles in, Tutu's going to take probably over half, and that'll hurt really bad. And then it would basically be a trade of Volphy for Tutu, which isn't horrible for me. But I really want Tutu alive to deal with Mashuk. I don't have any great answers to it. I just don't think that a Lava Wave plus Cold Geyser kills Volphy, otherwise I would swap into Hazrat right now. My other options I could swap into Psypat, which is actually probably... yeah, I'm going to do that. I'll Cold Geyser the Volphy to make sure that it's in Nicho range. And that way I can finish it off with Psypat. I know swapping Psypat into a very likely Plague sounds bad, but it's... I put enough bulk in my Psypat that it can live a Plague clinch double in. It'll die to like getting tickled afterwards, but this is all I needed to do, so it's just fine by me. There seems to be a squish. Okay, so I did not expect a late Torment. That was a mistake on my part. Yeah, I should have recognized it with this lead. Now, Psypat wasn't doing anything in particular this game, but losing it does hurt. And based on it being a late Torment Yowler, it's probably comebacker, so I'm actually okay to ignore it. The problem is that he can just do the combo again on any one of my Temps. I can bring in Saku and Lifeful Sap to reduce the amount of damage I actually take. But a Cold Geyser does not finish this Volphy off. I know it's below half, but I got the Marbles proc for 5%, which is where the extra damage came from. So it'll survive with like, I don't know, 4.5%, something. Actually swaps the Volphy here to Mashuk. That makes enough sense. He's a Savage. Hurts my stamina pretty bad. This isn't gonna do anything to the Mashuk, yeah. I'm gonna use Narco on Yowler because I want some damage on it. Or it might be better to just attack the Mashuk. Because if Mashuk's gone, Yowler will run out of stamina soon. And I can maybe make something happen. This is a really rough position he's put me in. Just completely killing one Tem for free, basically, turn one. Screwed me over pretty bad. Actually swaps the Yowler, which is good. Brings in 2 Vine, that is a-okay. Saku's gonna eat a Wastewater, which sucks a little bit, but... This life... Oh, he uses perfect jab instead. That's a little bit greedy. A Feather Gatling should take down the Mashuk now, and Tuvine does not like this board. I could bring in Gario here. I could even challenge the Mashuk, hope it's got like no speed invest, and I'll outspeed it with Tuvine. I think that's unlikely. And I would die to a Wastewater for sure if I'm wrong. He probably just Wastewaters and Feather Gatlings the Saku slot. Hazrat would die as well because of the Feather Gat double. I don't really need Hazrat for anything. Saku's more important. Yeah, he does swap the Mashuk for Scaravolt. I was wondering if he would do that. I can't high-toe this Tuvine because it's more than likely bait. But now I wish I brought in my Gario instead. Yeah, this does nothing. 10%. He's got heavy armor. Oh, but he uses Nox Bomb. He does not cover for the swap. This is pretty good for me. I can get a Lava Wave off and swap to Gario, which can threaten Scaravolt next turn. Oh, hello Kip and hello T-Honey. Fighting another Enigma on ladder. I don't normally ladder at this time, so I have no idea who plays here. Just up early getting a little bit of warm-up for today. The Seized is nice to stop the bait proc. I live that, but he E-storms just to make sure that I go down. I get the Toxic Farewell, but how much that's going to help is in question. Ready for Genesect today? I actually faced Genesect yesterday. I was the last match of the day, so... But I guess I won't spoil it, but today I'm up against Lulu instead, so... That should be a very good match. He's got a super interesting team. I'm pretty excited. The Tuvine swap. There's the Mashuk. So, if I was, I guess, yeah, I'm not reading any of his plays here at all. And I'm getting punished for it. Yeller does have an up bar. Yeller normally has higher defense and special defense, so I'm going to Soil Steam it. Mashuk uses Cage. Nice emotes. Oh, is this the first time you've been here and seen them? Yeah, they look awesome. I love it. Yeah, Kana made them. She did a really great job on them. So now I'm getting late tormented, yeah. Jutsu. That hurts really bad. But he's also running out of options. Good luck on tourney. Thank you, P-Palms. If it's not a max special attack Volphy, I will live. It's a max special attack Volphy. Unfortunate. forced to rest on 2-2. I frond whip the Yowler, hope it dies. Because his Narco's not up, otherwise I would definitely get the kill. He probably just uses Savage Suplex to outspeed, because I'm a slow time using low prio. Even though it's probably a min-speed Yowler. I'd imagine it still outspeeds. Yep, there's a suplex. Oh, GG's won. I don't think there's any way I can come back from this. Because the 2-Vine has Nox Bomb, Scaravolt, I don't even have anything to hit it. But I think it has its fire move up now anyways. Also a -2 defense even if there was a chance. Just in case I miscounted turns and its fire move's not up, I'll click this Kaleidoscope push. Nope, not Kaleidoscope. Okay, yep, there's the Magma Cannon. How's my team doing on ladder? Yesterday we went like 10-5. This is my first game of the day, and I lost. This is GG's won. I got late Torment combo turn 1. Lost Tem right off the bat. And that put me at a disadvantage the whole game. So it ended up being fairly close though. Haven't touched PvP yet, even though you want to. Yeah, I mean, I say PvP is the best part of this game. So if you're interested in it, you should totally give it a try. But it also makes sense if you want to like wait for the invitational to be over, and you're like just see what kind of teams are winning and such. I know that I'll share my team code after the tourney's done, so anyone interested can use it. Blues Hunt's still going strong? Ah, yeah, gotcha. I wish you luck. I'll probably be back there as soon as I'm done breeding this Tremurian out. Phase into a Platox. Yeah, the Blues odds really aren't that high. It's 3 times at like 60% spawn rate. So getting a full odds almost makes just as much sense. Still unfortunate though. Need to do your placements to finish out the event. I haven't even been doing the event. It's just like this is the only one I've done because I that's what I do when I play this game. Didn't have a Platox yet, so you're not that worried about it. Yeah, cool. I was during the Mushy Hunt a couple weeks ago. I got this guy. Awful stats, and I already have a perfect Platamus, so it was very unfortunate. It's a male with Furt though, so if I get something like a water toxic I don't have yet, I can breed it. But I've got most of them now, so I think it's primarily like Babala or the Blues actually. And Blues doesn't even have a high female rate. So, blending material, I don't care about dyes though. Like, my cosmetics, good enough as is. Why can't I? I think I could change like my strap on the bag or something. I just wanted it to stick out a little bit. Still hope they make the Pookie hat not dull. Next they need to come out with some Pookie pants, just like some goofy pajama pants with little Pookies on the side or something. Too bad it isn't a Fire Crystal. That would have been Annie-Herfurt. Saloon has a great outfit. Yeah, lots of people actually like color code, or like have cool matching colors and such. I'm just not somebody who cares much about that. It still looks cool for other people to when I look at theirs, but I'll just go with full Pookie and call it good. If I could wear the Pookiarium, that would No, I would. I haven't seen this yet. Yeah, it's a little silly. Just Lumaport. Oh, I just mashed into Totoa because I saw he got into a match at the same time I did. This will basically be a rematch of yesterday. If I do happen to run into any of the remaining players in the Invitational, I will forfeit the match instantly, just so that they don't have any advantage against me, and vice versa. Don't want to spoil the fun for the stream later. Salty run back? I don't know. I don't think he's salty. There is something that happened during the match. I got it on recording, so I'll save it for when you guys watch that. But did happen during our match, and it was in my favor. It was a bug. It was a bug that was in my favor, and he didn't call it out. And it may or may not have flipped the match. I feel really bad, but it's kind of up to him to call it out. He got out yesterday? Yes. Unfortunately, he was the unlucky first player out. He bans my Tuvine, picks Garunder. He can now threaten Gario with his double nature. Tyrannak even removes the autonomy, evasion. Jutsu is going to be my best first pick. Beyond that, I have multiple toxic weeks. Can't even really chip them down that much. I'm going to pick the Gario anyways. This threatens the Garunder and also scares off the Tolkien pick, because I really want to ban Tolkien next. So he picks Naga. It's not the worst thing ever. My Scaravolt is scuffed, and I have Frond Whip on my Saku, so there's options. Plus, after a couple turns of DA, if I just sack Hazrat into it, the Toxic Farewell can finish it. Bans the Saku. That's fair. It's actually really interesting. If you guys saw the statistics from the day one of MSI, were like 7 Nagas and 8 Adoros, and there's only 1 left of each. So the Metatems are actually not having a good day, but they didn't. So there's the Tyrannak. I think I want Scaravolt to deal with Naga for sure. Beyond that, I think I'm going to pick Broccolin because it's really good to his last 3. Can hit Naga super effective, and it's faster than Tyra and Garunder, so I can get Soul Shouts off at least. But I'm probably going to pick Hazrat in the last slot. It's just if I can like get him to pick Chimerian, that would be better. Yeah. Because if I had picked Hazrat instead of Broccolin there, he would have been like, oh, he's going to pick the fire for sure, so I'm not going to pick my 4 times weak 2 fire. Leaving Tutsu in here is a Death Wish. Don't have tag team bonus on this board. This is also Scara's one of its best boards. So I'm going to bring it in. He could predict and swap to Gario. It's very likely. I think we also figured out it's a Frightening Tyra. So he could swap that in, and that would be pretty bad for me. Just because if I'm going to Soil Steam this Garender, and it would cancel out my Gravel Bag. Yep, so there's the Garender swapping out for Tyrannac. No, he swaps into his Gario. He does. Okay. So this turn we play Chicken. Does he swap his Naga, or do I swap my Scaravolt? He probably swaps his Naga because his Naga's in direct danger. No, but like, his Naga won't do anything even if he does swap. So I could swap in Broccolin pretty free here, even 2-2. Could double swap if I wanted because Gario's not doing anything on this board. If he does swap, he probably swaps into Tyrannac. Just so he doesn't have to eat the scary Earth hit from Gario. But I'm actually going to call his bluff here. I think he's going to stay in. And then Beta Burst. Who has Speed Arrow? He does. Well. Nope, there's the bluff. We got the Nagase, it's huge. I get the Rockfall off first, burning his Gario. If he clicks Rockfall, Scaravolt survives. Soil Steam, I do not. So that's really good. Gario's definitely in Plague range now. I'm gonna bring in Broccolin. He'll probably bring in Tyrannac. But Tyrannac's strongest... Oh, he actually brings in Garunder. Interesting. I'm not gonna Plague the Gario. There's no reason to. I'm just gonna Soul Shout. And then I get a Soil Steam off on Garunder. It's Frightnac. So he's gonna swap in Tyrannac, cancel my Gravel Bag. So my Soil Steam actually won't do anything. Dude. Not that I particularly need Broccolin for anything. Actually just gonna do this. Because Water Jet is not reduced by the Frightening, because no Soil Steam or anything. It's not a whole lot of damage to Tyrannac. Got an up bar, cancels out my Sensei Robe. I'm faster than the Garunder. I get evasion here, but I do take most of my health and damage. Decent damage for sure. I can Cold Geyser to freeze the Tyrannac. And as long as it's not speed invested, I'll be fine. It's not very much damage to Garunder at all. Losing Sensei Robe boost actually feels awful. There's the Clay Ball. Here's the Cold Geyser for the freeze. Gario OXs, which is a little sad. But it had to be done. I can swap out Gario for Hazoret to eat the Outgrowth coming up. He has to use Nox Bomb to finish off Garunder or click Meteor Swarm, so he can't freely click Clay Ball, which is what he wants to do, predicting my Gario to swap. But he can't just leave my Broccolin alive it'll just keep burning through his team because it has such a good offensive typing. Plus being faster than both of these Tems is really important. Yep, so that's with Sensei Robe damage because Frightening is done. There's a Nox Bomb to finish off the Brock, no surprises. Oh, he uses Meteor Swarm though. That's a little surprising. I guess just because he knew Hazrat was swapping in and that's the strongest move he could click. I'm swapping in 2-2 here because I want a turn to get the hold off of Haito. Nox Bomb's able to finish off Tyrannak. Lava Wave can more than likely finish off Garunder. He can't freely swap in Gario or Chimerian for that matter. And in case something goes wrong, I still have Gario in the back. That can probably outspeed like a Frond Whip, but not a Sharp Leaf, but it won't die to a Sharp Leaf. I believe his Gario is actually faster than mine though. Maybe spec to outspeed opposing Garios. We did see 4 of them in the MSI, so I guess it's more popular of a Tem than I gave it credit for. You'd think a 4 times Nature Weak Tem in the meta where Volphy is the most common Tem in the game isn't the smartest play, but I guess me and others disagree. So we do see Garunder swap out to Gario. That's pretty whatever. So Lava Wave on the Gario, getting some chip. Doesn't really matter, I'm just gonna Haito it next turn. He shouldn't have anything he's able to do here. Even if he swaps back, his Tems just die and then I repeat. I have enough stamina on this Hazrat to get another 2 moves off. My Fake Beard did wear off though, so if it went any longer than that, I'd be in trouble. Self-Frond Whip to wake Gario up. He could, like, I'm pretty sure Haito just kills. But I was gonna say he could side CPG. But he'd still be losing Chimerian and practically lose Gario as well. Yeah, so he saw the sequence of events coming as well. GG's to Toa. Oh, since he's right here, I feel like I should like send GG, but I also feel like messaging people can potentially be BM, so. Alright, so we just need this one more win to complete the challenges for the day, also to complete this one. So it'd be very nice if we could do that right now so I don't have to think about it again until tomorrow. I always like feathers. Don't have a whole lot to use them on yet. I've got this Fomu right here. I just gotta breed the Furt off of it. Could use the Platox, but it's really low value female Furt. Might just make 1 in like full odds eggs, or no, 1 in 750, and sell them for cheap on the auction house. Maybe a new player will buy them cheap and get super lucky. Also have this Towley. It's male with 8 Furt from a Digilayer. Actually, I always forget I have that. I could like perfect this Acronox. It would be a big investment. But then I could try and get a trade for another perfect Luma that I don't have yet. Think you have a full Furt Mimit? I mean, if you want to like split eggs or something, I'd be down. I'm not sure about... Oh, found a match. I'm not even sure if using, or like 10% eggs is worth using a Mimidon. But maybe it is nowadays. Ugh, this team looks rough. Bans my 2 vines, so that's a little less pressure to ban Tolkien. I don't see any immediate threats that I would have to Gario. I think the most threatening thing here is actually the Platamus. Just because he's got 2 Earths he can pair with it for my electrics. And multiple counters to my remaining wins. Edgardo, hello! Acronox still dies to melees. And I think I'm picking Gario for sure. The only thing that I wouldn't be able to pick Broccolum Gario into is if he picks Moala. Because that would waste a turn of my evasion. It would also let the Acronox get Toxin Shower up. And if it did pick Moala, I would want to pick Saku because it has Energy Drink. How was yesterday? I actually won both of my matches that happened yesterday. So we are off to a fantastic start. So there's the Moala. Really unfortunate. I'm gonna ban the yeah. I'm gonna ban the Molgu, because I'm sure it has Sentinel, so he would be able to wake up and do shenanigans. And also it's like a digital type, so it hits my melees real hard. I now have to play around Tolkien the entire game though. Ah, shoot, I don't like this team. I'm not seeing a lot of routes to win. If he didn't pick Moala there, I would have had options, but now Acronox applies so much pressure. Earth types in general, wall both Hazrat and Scaravolt, so they're really bad for my team. And also have perfect Lumitomes, they can't toggle in Showdown. So there's pretty specific parameters to be able to do that. The Tem has to be level 100, fully TV trained, have all egg moves, every single stat perfect, and it has to be OT or soulbound. So if any one of those is not filled, then you cannot use the perfect Luma in Showdown. And if you're still having issues, then just remove one TV and add it back. There is a bug where sometimes that happens, although it's not common. Swap Gary off for Saku. Rest on Broccolum. Or Soul Shout into Acronox. Have it for your Kinu. Did you know the Kinu got a new egg move? I believe Denigrate is a new egg move. So if you're missing that, that is probably why. Oh, you have it? Okay, yeah, I'd definitely try the TV thing then. Only thing Broccolum's really good against is Acronox here. He swaps out the Moala, probably predicting the Narco hit. Or, yeah, I guess Tolkien's just a really good swap for him. I have a free swap into Scaravolt now. Beyond that, I guess I have to sack a little health on Gario as well. If he swaps, I guess he doesn't have anything good against Gario. Depending on how he selects his moves, Scaravolt's good friend might take the more powerful wind hit, which would be fantastic. Oh, marbles. This chip damage I did not want to take. I know I use marbles, but I think that's the only gear I wish was removed from the game. Like, redirection device isn't fun. But marbles just feels so bad to play against. TV thing did it. Awesome. Glad I could help. So this is really good. Double spread move, turn. Cronox surely gets thrown into at least one of these slots. Maybe even Mawala. But Mawala... No, I think everything... He has to stack at least one Tem here. There's a tornado onto Gario. It does good damage, but nothing crazy. Yeah, he's afraid of Toxin Showering now because he would kill his Gazuma. I have to swap Scaravolt. Could swap in Saku. Saku's not real great this game. And then Gario. Yeah, swap in Broccolum. Broccolum's... I mean, if he Toxin Showers, then he gets a ton of value, but I can't really prevent him from doing so. I want to preserve Gario, at least for Tolkien. Okay, here's Mawala. That's not too bad. Not immediately. I'm sure he Toxin Showers, though. No, he Rotten Goose. Very interesting. Now he Toxin Showers and just clicks a button on Mawala. Need a way to kill this Acronox, and I'm not seeing one. He does a really good job of covering his weaknesses with his other Tems on his team. Basically, the only way I see is if he doesn't... Oh, I stayed in. I was thinking of swapping. Yeah, so there's that. Inner Spirit the Acronox slot. Whatever comes in won't want to take it. It'll probably finish off Tolkien. Garunder's his best swap to take it. So if he does that, I'm kind of screwed. Yeah. He's playing very well. He's not making any mistakes. You're new and all Tems you're finding have such bad stats. I would not... Stats don't really matter when you're just playing through the story. Not at all. So I would just go through the story with whatever Tems you think look really cool. And then once you complete the story, then you can worry a bit more about stats. There's a whole bunch of stuff late game that you can like there's like an auction house where you can buy different Tems that have better stats with the in-game currencies. And then those you can use to farm even more money and such. He has speed in his Garunder as well, so I don't even get to kill it with Brock before he gets another hit off. You have to finish the game for the auction house. You don't have to. You unlock it after the 3rd island, but I still honestly would not bother. If you really just want some Tems with like green stats, I think there's other people that can help you out. I know I've got just a couple, but really not many. Well, I didn't mean to swap that slot. I think I'm screwed though. He's predicted every one of my moves, and I just had no way to counter him. Yeah, and the speed on his Garunder outspeeds both my Broccolum and my 2-2 breakpoints, because both of those revolve around Garunder, because it was a very popular Tem in the last couple metas. If I had outsped, my 2-2 would have a lot more health, and I'd still have something I can do against Acronox. And since he's running out of health on everything, I would be alright. Oh, GG's. Oh, we got our first 1 in 750 eggs hatching, but no luck. Thank you for the follow, Erpolino. Alright, let's try and get another 2 wins in a row before we gotta go play. Oh, thank you so much for the sub. That really means a lot. I hope you enjoy the emotes. Alright, so we have almost 2 hours until the next match starts. Well, that's Albie. Thank you, Albie, then. Someone casting my matches? Yes, all matches today are casted. It's going to be by the same groups as yesterday. You can find them on the Play Temtem Twitch. I will also be recording my matches personally, and I will upload them to YouTube afterwards. So you guys can tell what my thought process was throughout the matches. Even though it'll probably be a really messed up, and I sort of panic. So plenty. As we're facing Anhelacho, another player who was in the Invitational yesterday, but I believe he did not make it to day 2. We can get... I think he's actually running a different team right now as well, but we can get a little taste of a player we didn't get to match against in the Invitational. The Spanish one, Marquitos, I believe. Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, all matches today will be on the main stage on the main account, so you can just check it out there. There's a lot of good casters. Should be pretty entertaining. Yesterday we hit like 200 some viewers, so it's actually really cool to see all the people spectating. I think I'm gonna ban the Tolkien here. Tolkien's a big issue for my team. I still have a couple options against Hazrat. Kinu's mental, but I do have well, not a whole lot of options, but 2 vines available. Cannot play on your main, even your ult only wants to let you play Showdown. Oh no. Also, Cynex, what's with the Doom? I'm not playing Doom today. Plat's playing Doom. If I end up facing him, it might be a bit of a rough match, but should be fun. Oh, hello, Analacho. Good luck, have fun. Stream sniper revealed. I have a feeling it might be the other way around. We matched on ladder and then he pops into the stream. Brockham's actually pretty solid here. Heat up gravel bag Drakash. You're trying teams? I thought it was something a little different than what you were running. I still think Mooflank's really good. I'm surprised we didn't see a whole lot of it, or any, that I recall in the Invitational. I guess just with the double mental with Adoro Naga everywhere, people just were scared off of it, which is fair. Kinu's a bit too much of a problem now. If Hazrat gets banned out, I don't really have any options for it. Slidepack getting banned. That's fair, I guess. If it was Amphibian Slidepack, it would be very threatening to these two, and I guess the typing also hits here. Nichos. Saku's still gonna work wonders against the back entire 3 here. Also Narco option against Mooflank if it comes to it. I think I'm going to bring Hazrat. Threatens both waters, hit Volphy neutrally, and also Toxic Farewell value. More than likely going to pick Gario in the last slot. Yeah. Especially now that he didn't pick Volphy. Gario does get walled by Oshiara, but it can hit Nesla and Turok and Hazrat, so it's pretty solid. I wish I could ignore Mooflank here, but the problem is it has so much stamina and such cheap moves that it usually runs a 4 or 5 or even more turn rotation. I think I'm going to Feathergat and Soul Shout this slot though, just covering for a Turok swap. If he swaps in Nesla to this board, he's kind of in a bad situation, so... If he attacks Broccolin with Hazrat, or even Mooflank, I'll get Camouflage bonus, which would be really good. Oshiara and Nesla don't really like being on a board with a nature. So there's a swap. There's the Turok. Unexpected drill. I see a res badge on the Mooflank. Don't know what this Turok's got. Oh, nope, there's the bait. So there's no drill on this board. Turok's not scary. I'm just gonna double into this move flank slot. There's Bestial Charge. Get the evasion. I could have plagued the Turok, I guess. I was assuming he would use Turbine on Broccolum. Maybe he did. I could have just missed the text. I did see the evasion proc, but I didn't see what move was used. It must not have been Rockfall, so I guess he just... The +1 speed made his move flank outspeed the Turok. Okay. Did use Turbine. That's pretty good for me then. So that's Goring up, so if he wants he can get some chip damage on Tuvine. But my Broccolum outspeeds... Oh, I guess even base jump outspeeds. I guess I should have saved Turbine then. Just in case I... Ah, he's got 2 waters with his Hazrat. No way I'm outspeeding a Lava Wave. So bad at playing the team right now. I mean, switching up teams can take a bit of time to get used to, for sure. I mean, I also, like, put you in a pretty rough situation. Broccolum seems really solid against your team. That's kind of why I'm using Broccolum in this patch. It's just, it eats hits, it walls all the water types, electric types, earth types, and basically every physical Tem in the game, which is half. It still dies eventually, but doesn't have any great matchups. If I'm lucky, I'll die from OX, but I don't know. It'll be kind of close. Tuvine does go down. It seemed pretty close, but it did go down. I think I survive on like 10 HP, 20 HP. Yeah. A little unfortunate. Just testing damage at this point, fair. Yeah, because I mean, just give me an Aquatic Whirlwind on Hazrat, does like 70%. But his Hazrat can't finish me off. MS Claws, always good against Nesla. I see a heat up, okay. That could cause issues. Could definitely cause issues. Not sure if there's enough stamina left on that Hazrat to carry out the game, though. We'll see if my Psycho can live a Tsunami, plus probably a Synergy Lava Wave. Could be a Wastewater, but the 5% might end up mattering. Oh no, we see the double in on Hazrat. But I do stay in and just nuke the Oshiara, so... And now I have Gario in the back that can one-shot Hazrat. I would get to see if the Saku would have possibly lived. No, it would have gone down, for sure. GG's. Ah, another toxic farewell Hazrat. Right, it's only ladder. That's basically the place to get practice. We got a whole season of, a whole other season of Temp CS coming up after today. So at some point I'll have to probably put a little work in and rework my team as well. Let's change a couple things around. I wonder how the meta's going to change after today. If there's going to be a whole bunch of people that copy the team of whoever wins. Or if it'll still kind of be even. Or about what it is right now. We got an egg hatching in like 5 seconds, so that's why I'm waiting around. Because actually hatching an egg cancels your comp queue. I learned that when I was full oddsing eggs for like months. Stupid Anna here doesn't want to pop out purple. I think I actually released the last one, didn't I? That's sad. Oopsie. It's been so long since I've done this. It's on stream too. Oh no, it's recorded. Hopefully it hatched male at least, so I could feel less bad. Thing's only useful with Mimits then. Another match pretty quick. Once again, gotta see if we can win this one, get our daily bonus. Feathers. Looks like a Stolier team. Triple mental. Kinda threatening. I still don't want to deal with Wolfie. I have a couple things that can hit Lowaddle, but if possible, that's going to be my second ban. Uvine goes down. Slypat's very tempting as a first pick. Very, very tempting. I can't pick Scaravolt, because 2 Earths. Can't pick Gario first, because I don't know what can outspeed his Volphy to get the Plague. I think it's relatively safe to go Broccolum. It's pretty good against like 5 members of his team. It does entice him to pick his mentals more, but if he picks double mental, I can counter it, and even if he only picks 1, I can pick whatever counters it best. Because like he could do Pocus and Kaurin. Still kill Kaurin after a hit or 2. Fix this, then I just go Scaravolt. He can't double into Broccolum because of Good Friend. Gario gets banned. Possibly assuming a Volphy ban, which is actually what I was looking at. Because without Volphy, he doesn't have anything to hit Slypat, which is another counter to Lowaddle, so it's good to keep around. Even Kaurin up's okay because I have multiple natures and melees to deal with it. It's more of a question of, do I want to bring Hazrat? I think I'm going to bring Saku, because Saku has Lifeful Sap to sustain a late game. Has Narco Hit to deal with Yowler, takes neutral damage from Mentals, hit stuff super effective. Probably going to go with the Hazrat. because it's not weak to the mentals. I don't have to be scared of them too much. Worst thing is I have to watch out for seppuku on the Waddle. My Scaravolt has camo, and he'll probably swap it out turn 1. But it's still something to be wary of. It's games like this that I wish I had handcuffs on my Broccolum, so that I could T-Strike, Plague, the Pocus, and then keep the... and then kill it next turn. But now what I have to do is predict a Waddle swap to Cowrin, get the Soul Shout off. Ah, shoot. That doesn't even help, though, because then he just Beta Bursts Broccolum. I get the T-Strike off on Pocus. It's just then at that point... how do I deal with Cowrin? Saku's my best bet. Saku also has other use, so it's kind of feels bad. I think it's gonna be my option though. Doesn't swap Lawaddle, that's pretty gutsy, and I'm gonna be in a bad position. He may have calced to live a T-Strike, but I doubt he probably didn't calc to live a T-Strike plus any other form of damage. So yeah, a Plague T-Strike into the Lawaddle would have one-shot it for sure. Yowler, that is the best case scenario here, because that means I can narco hits with Saku. Beta Burst, 20%? 25, okay. So there's some special attack invest in this Pocus, it's not 0. So that did 56%. I have to T-Strike it again. I cannot use Electric Storm. Because after the Rejuve boost, it would not kill. I'm a little surprised he's sacking his Pocus here. His Yowler is not scuffed. I don't get the... I don't get the exhaust because of camo, which is super nice. And here's probably like a 40%. Oh, nice. 45. No way Fat Burn Waddle has enough bulk to live a T-Strike. You'd be surprised. Plus, this is a good Volt, a good friend Scaravolt. It's not max special attack. Yeah, on my Lawaddle, I haven't had a spread that lives redirect microwaves from Munko, so yeah, it's definitely possible. He doesn't have Sacrifice up. And I just want to double the Yowler and finish it off. Isn't it? Yeah. I'm just gonna Frond Whip T-Strike the Lawaddle. He swaps here, but then he takes a bunch of damage on Cowrin. Mom's Lunch. That's really good. Makes me OX. He double swaps. Takes out Yowler as well. There's Hasty Lunch and a Synergy Master E-Punch. That's pretty good. That's quite a bit of invest. Ollie also lives any harmfuls. Wouldn't be too surprised. Boomerang does not OX me. That's kind of huge. I'm gonna bring in Psypad here. He was stop Dutch Matter Teleport. Hey, that was my idea. A no attack invest Lowaddle with Fat Burner shouldn't be able to kill Scaravolt at this health, so it'll still be threatening later. The biggest thing is that I'm removing his raid boss targets, so even if he does get a sacrifice off, it'll give less value. What else can Midi do? Well, it's only recently that it got Matter Teleport. Before it only had TKS, but now that it's an egg move for Sambi, it's actually a buff to Midi. It's still a meme, but it's funny. Yeah, you can buff your Shween all you want, I really couldn't care less. Still doesn't have any holds up on his Lowaddle. I'd be really surprised if we see anything other than a deluge onto Saipat right now. I'm gonna Venomous Claws, just to get some chip damage off before I die. Force him to think next turn. I could attack the Shween instead, which probably would have been the better idea. Because I don't, like, Lowaddle's gonna seppuku soon anyways, so getting damage on the Shween, one of the last remaining other Tems, would be better. He does use Faraday Cage. Alright, seppuku is still useless. It actually pushes off my Diabolo, so that it makes the Lowaddle go back up to full health. Thunderstrike is a-okay here. I was gonna click Nox Bomb, just in case he does attack. With the Fat Burner, there's a chance he outspeeds. I don't know if Fat Burner Lowaddle calcs offhand. I think its max speed is 272, plus 10% is like 27, so I guess it hits like 299. That's just a brief guess. If we do see the sacrifice here, that's still pretty good for me. Nope, we see a Faraday Cage, finishing off Scaravolt. Bring in Hazrat now, and I can get a heat up. I'm gonna get a Nicho off, some damage before the sacrifice hits. Both these Tems are going to get doomed, but that is okay. Broccolum and Saku are the two that are more important. Good damage on Yowler, super good damage. He's going to use Penance instead. Unless it's an attack invested Yowler, I don't think it'll die yet. Or, I don't think Saipat will die, but it does. So this actually just got a lot worse. I'm forced to double the Yowler, but I should be faster than it, so it can't get a Hibernate off. And it can't attack either. Best thing he could do would be to swap to Shween, but that's just delaying the inevitable. He's got a lot of stam invest in this Lowaddle. Oh, blue screen. Now that's a move I forgot about. Does he not even have sacrifice on this thing? I've been playing around sacrifice this whole game, and he might not even have it. Still gonna stay in and rest with Hazrat. Because even if Hazrat dies, it gets Toxic Farewell value, which onto this Yowler would be really important. Let's see. So this Lowaddle has Penance, Blue Screen, Faraday Cage. I don't know. It might not have Sacrifice. I'm really sad if it doesn't. Because that means I've been throwing this whole game. In my eyes, like the biggest use for your Lowaddle nowadays is just to be a sacrifice bot and get off double seppuku because Doom is so hard to remove now that beef up doesn't do it. So he's just gonna double into the Hazrat and kill it. I guess that's just gonna be his play. Lowaddle does OX, that helps. It's a Savage Suplex. Hazrat goes down. Unfortunate, but it does do its job here. Yowler still doesn't have any defensive boosts at all. I'm gonna Boomerang here and then Inner Spirit. If he swaps in Shaween, it will live. Probably, because of the Quartz Shield. I could risk Frond Whipping instead, but then this Yowler could get another attack off or a Hibernate, which would be really, really bad. Oh, he swaps out Lowaddle. That should be game. Shween's not threatening to this board in the slightest. Once Yowler goes down, Lowaddle doesn't have enough stamina or damage to finish out anything. I just chip it down with Saku Broccolum and that's that. How many turns we at though? Turn 11, plenty of time left. I'll just Plague. I'm Lifeful Sapping on Saku just to guarantee I can have the health sustain for this endgame. Here's the Deluge. If it's on Saku, I'm lucky, but yeah, I revealed that I'm Energy Drink earlier. Just gonna chip down this Lowaddle. Yeah. Might as well just kill the Shween so I don't have to worry about another hole. Faraday, or whatever the move is, Crystal Deluge. Yeah. Faraday Cage is such a high stamina cost move. Lowaddle has to rest twice to be able to use it without OXing, basically. I'm just gonna use Inner Spirit. I'm not gonna use it later on. Still waiting for the side Boomerang. I could, but like Frond Whip does equal, like almost the same exact amount as Frond Whip. Or as Inner Spirit, so yeah, whatever. Just delaying the inevitable, essentially. He can't deal enough damage to Saku, and Broccolum isn't really in any danger. It's cool to see blue screen still being used even after the nerfs. Oh, Penance! Does this thing have Crystal Bite? Because Water Cannon's not gonna do nothing. Ah, the Penance and the Quartz Shield. Perfect. All as I've planned. He could have forfeited like three or four turns ago as soon as I killed his Yowler, but GG's. There's a promo as well as our missions completed. How many feathers do we get? 149. 434. Cool. And 30k for fun. Another no Luma hatch. Not surprising, but always disappointing. I feel like someday it's gonna hatch and I'm just gonna not even expect it just because I've hatched so many that haven't hit. Alright. Biker, if you're lurking around, Chim is furtless. Otherwise, I'll just hold on to it. Ping you later. Namer pass. Some more Novas. Entrance pose. Yeah. I'm gonna head back to Sci Park now. I gotta get used. Like, I have enough money. And the teleport cost reduction makes it so I can actually just warp to Sci Park. It doesn't really matter. Plus, especially on stream, no reason to make you guys wait an extra 2 minutes for me to walk over there. There we go. Gotta get my lucky Pookie and Chubby out too. Alright. Back to queue. I just like to get in position just so I can walk back and forth rather than getting interrupted like 3 times on the way. It would almost feel bad if I get like a Sci Park Luma here and then an Anahira egg hatches and it's empty and it's not Luma, because it's like, man, if I just delayed that luck like 1 or 2 extra encounters. It's happened before. During the last Kaku week, I was just watching some anime while just running back and forth, hatching Anahira eggs and catching Kakus. Got a Luma Kaku. Immediately after, an egg hatches with with an Anahira, and it was obviously not Luma, but it was just like, man, too close. I know that's not how it works, but I can pretend. Alright, we got another match. Kakus and Sci Park are not good, unfortunately. I think my biggest disappointment is that they removed Bark Shield from Saku, and I did not put Bark Shield on there because I always ran a Bruiser Saku instead of a Stall one. So I didn't get Pedal Dagger, and Pedal Dagger is a new ETC that's going to take forever to be on the market, so I can't even use my Luma Saku right now. Same with my Scaravolt. Both the Scaravolt's egg moves are super expensive. Didn't Broccolum got Hook Kick, which I didn't buy. My Hazorat's not level 100 TV trained, but I actually have this entire team Perfect Lumas except Psypat, funny enough, and Tutu. But Tutu counts because of the way that if you have one of the evolution line, you get all of them. Also remove Toxic Spores. Yeah, Kaku was the biggest loser of the patch. Super unfortunate. I always love it when pre-evolutions are viable. I don't know. I don't think Kaku or Saku deserved it. It's really a joke. So we're facing Totoa again. He's running a slightly different team. A few of the same temps here, like 5 of them. Trying like a Platimus Scaravolt. I think he was running Volphy before too. Not sure what he changed out. I think it was Garunder. Not sure what else. He's got no immediate threats to Saku. I mean, he's got Embers on Tyrannek. I think I'm gonna go Saku. Really tempted to go Hazorat as well. Just so I can threaten out the Tyrannek. If he picks something else, that's okay. I just ban the Tyrannac next turn. Lifeful on Saku, and then ta-da! Saku's OP. Saku's definitely one of the best members of my team. Luckily, when they practically reworked the thing, they didn't touch my moveset at all. Still picks the Turok, which is interesting. I guess just threatening out the Hazrat. He's probably looking and thinking, I don't have anything that can eat a Stone Ball plus a Beta Burst. So he gets guaranteed 1 kill on either of my Tems. I guess I'd have Broccolum or Gario, and he can only ban one or the other. Bye-bye Tyrannac. Could have banned Platamus as well. Platamus is also a pain. But Tyrannac hurts lots of my Tems bad. Like not have, I guess it was Psypat being able to use Nox Bomb without Schween's Horn is probably better against Tyrannac, but still not great. I banned both my birds. So Platamus has a very good game coming up for it. Psypack can outspeed Platamus, so I can get some damage off that way, but overall it's going to be a bit rough. If I can get into a position where I can Nicho, survive, and then ninja the Platamus, it should go down. But that is probably more difficult to pull off than I'd like. Guess Garavolt. He's got 2 Earths. Hello, Lore Weaver. Thank you for the luck. I'll definitely gonna give it my best shot. We'll see how the matches go. I'm just gonna have fun though. That way, even if something goes bad, I'll at least still have enjoyed it. Okay, I don't even need Hazrat here. Hazrat's kinda good against Platamus, I guess. But I can instead just use the thing as fodder. Swap in Broccolum and he Feather Gatlings instead of Stone Balls, then the Beta Burst Feather Gat probably kills or gets extremely close. Might still be the play though. I have Saku to deal with. Volphy, sort of Psypat. Yeah, have fun above all. I thought you'd be out in the first round yesterday considering you didn't have time to finish optimizing my team. I also thought it looked like a pretty bad matchup. Honestly, there was a bug in turn 1 that worked in my favor. Totoa didn't report it. I feel kind of awful about it, but since it was a bug affecting him more, I feel like he should have reported it. It's on recording though, y'all can check it out once I upload them to YouTube. Just waiting for the tournament to be over. Also, I made every single call right against Totoa in our first matches. So it was pretty hard for him to come back from that. Hello, Mizu. Amazing games, 100% confident, thank you. There's definitely some good games, a lot of fun. Swaps out the Nagase for Volphy. Oh, this just turned from a... Oh. Emotes are top tier, good, I'm glad. Free to make or break games at this level. Exactly. Yep. I know on one of the turns, he had a fireboard into 2 fire weeks. It was basically like if this Volphy was Tolkien and it was against my Saku and Broccolum here, and I called a double swap, or maybe it was the other way around. I think I brought 2 Nature Weeks into a Tolkien board because I was predicting a Gario swap in. So, yeah. Actually up against Tatoa right now, so it's kind of funny. Expecting attacks in shower. Airvolt coming in, getting a hold off of its fire moves. Makes sense. Oh, it's half full, so it might even have embers. Takes a bit of chip from the toxin shower, though. Hold on, hold on. Is this a rotten goo? And is that a tanky Platamus? No. Oh, it is a tanky Platamus. I was really unfortunate. I was hoping it would go first. My Broccolum would break the evasion, and then Saku would get the boomerang off. Ice King, thank you so much for the sub. Oh, we actually are really close to unlocking another emote. So I guess I'll have to get Kana on that soon. I'm once I get the Discord set up, I might have a poll of like what emote you guys want next, like what expression for Pookie, because I got some ideas, and then just based on what you guys vote, I'll do it. Might even just do a group of them because I think she does a group discount, and if things keep going the way they have been, we'll keep unlocking them. Oh, man, and a gift sub. I didn't even have anything set up for that. I can't even express it. You guys are so amazing. Having the mental strength to stream PvP. It's real easy, honestly. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. Ooh, Scaravolt, OP. Saku goes down, and that was actually my best counter to Geist. I might be screwed now. I was not expecting that series of events. The Synergy Rotten Goo. I guess I got too focused on chat. No, I won't blame you guys. I was too focused on killing the Platamus, because that was a pretty big threat to my team that I let my biggest Nagai's counter die. So that was a huge blunder by me. Literally just troll on ladder. That's what I do most of the time. I mean, this week's been all, like, kind of try-harding, but still having fun. But yeah, most of the time I'm just running Mimi theme teams, because it's a lot of fun to do. Totoa's actually out of time here. I think he just kind of clicks circles though. Oh, interesting. That makes sense. That's actually a really good play. Because I would have been able to kill his Nagais. Now he can get a... Nope, he's not even getting the attack on Scaravolt. This time he's getting all the reads on me. If I had stayed in on Broccolum there, I could have one-shot something with Inner Spirit. I'd assume that his Volphy's faster than his Turok, but I could be wrong and pay dearly for it. You might even just double the Hazrat slot this turn and then kill Gario next turn. Wouldn't be surprised at all to see that. I'm gonna swap Hazrat for Psypats. Hope that I can live the Plague Turbine. I'm gonna Cold Geyser the Volphy. That would put it in range of Nicho, and the next turn I can attack Turok with Gario once it's not threatened, and possibly make something happen. But I am definitely in the losing position here. I got a lot of work to make up.
And if Gario goes down, that's pretty much my last counter to this Scaravolt, and it's just game. See Turok swap out for Nagais. He's not risking anything. See, it does Vortex. Psypat's able to take that. If this does half to the Volphy, I'll actually be able to stay in and get another Cold Geyser off. Nah, that's not half. That's not even close. Super bulky Volphy. So I have 2 more turns of DA. My Psypat's faster than the Volphy, so it's not like I can... I mean, I can freeze the Volphy this turn with Cold Geyser or Water Jet. I have to sack something, and I think it's going to have to be Broccolum. I'm glad I Cold Geysered the Volphy last turn to apply the cold, so I can actually freeze. That's going to be really important to this end game. Oh, he rests on the Geist. I'm not sure. Oh, he must have ran out of time. Oh no. Freeze Cop. Oh, he's got Hypno! Ah, I'm trolling! I should have doubled the Volphy. I forgot. I'm so used to Nagais not having a Lullaby. I mean, I live, but like, Gary doesn't get an attack off here. He just brings in Scaravolt and gets whatever he wants to do out. Wolfie isn't died or in range to die from whatever I click later. This isn't over. This is not over. Now that Nagais is down, I have hold off on Psypat and Hazrat, so I have my speedier Tems left. Gario goes down, that's okay. Broccolin will go down here too, but not before it gets off the Inner Spirits. Yeah, it's actually really good that Broccolin goes down here. Because now I guarantee synergy with Lava Wave for Hazrat because I have Psypat on the field. I just have to hope that this Nox Bomb does kill Scaravolt. I believe it will, but if it doesn't, that would be very bad. Here's the Lava Wave to finish off Volphy. And does it kill? It does. Rock doesn't have any way to kill Psypat in one turn, so I will be able to get a Nox Bomb off now, just in case it was to get a fast turbine, and then I could Nicho. GG's Tatoa. That was a really nice win. Unfortunately, like, the team Lelouch is running is just so unique that I can't really get any real practice against anyone in ladder. When he's running it, so it'll all be like reads basically. Meanwhile, if Lelouch is here, hello, welcome to the scouting. Hope you've been getting a lot of good information. 1
be surprised if other people are hanging out here. If nothing else, everyone's just kind of waiting for the next hour until the thing actually starts. What time would I fight IRL? It'll probably have to be one I don't like because I'd actually bother fighting it. Tempedia. I mean, there's plenty of ones I think I could beat. Like, what is a Hidati gonna do? It basically just be like my least favorite and weakest Tem. I just like punt the thing. Beat up such cuties. No, that's the thing. I love like almost all the designs in this game, so it's picking one I'd actually fight is difficult. Vex is a pain in the butt. But even that has a cool design, so... Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to say. Yeah, I do think Vex would wreck me, though, so... Like, everyone's got a favorite Tem. So no matter what I would pick here, I'm losing it to somebody. Somebody doesn't like my choice. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking through here and it's not like, wow, I hate this design. Or wow, I would fight this. Shell Lance, no one's favorite. I was actually looking at Shell Light. Shell Light's a bit goofy looking. Well, since it's a melee type, it could probably throw hands. I don't know if I could beat it. Hello, Dad Bodied. Or Dad Bodied You. That's a silly name. I like it. Game looks interesting. Could get it off Humble Bundle. But friend wants you to get some BattleBit game. This game is phenomenal. If you are a fan of Pokemon and love and basically want Pokemon with an improved on battle system, this is it. People say it's a Pokemon clone. It is not. It's just a monster battler. And everything that Pokemon did wrong, this game does better. This is my favorite game of all time. But it also just really fits my genre. It has a bunch of competitive aspects. If you're like considering playing with a friend, you can play through the story with co-op, which is something that Pokemon didn't really allow you to do until I think the Let's Go games. So if you could play through the story with a friend, this would be so much fun. I had no idea what BattleBit is, so I couldn't tell you if this game's better or like in relation to that game how good this one is, but in my opinion this one is far better, just because I haven't played any game that beats it. It's some pixel Battlefield game. Yeah, it depends heavily on what kind of genre you like. That sounds like a completely different one. If you're a fan of games like Pokemon or stuff like Cassette Beasts, if you know what that one is, it's a fairly new one. Play everything? Okay. I mean, there's also I'd say if you like online competitive games or like strategy games, this is really good. There's actually like a big competition going on today. It's the mid-season. There's cash prizes for pro players and stuff. So if you got really into this game, you could maybe even play that. I'd say if you're just kind of more of a casual player, it might not be as good. The story's interesting, but I'd say this game really thrives when you get to the competitive PvP aspect. Is there a lot to do in Temtem? A lot of it is like, so there's the story, and the story takes... I couldn't give you an approximate hours. I finished it a little quick because I'm really experienced. But there's the story, and then afterwards there's a whole bunch of like little mini games and other activities you can do to get cosmetics. But a lot of those are a bit grindy. I'd say the best thing to do is just PvP. But of course, I'm really biased. I am a PvP player. That's what I stream.
I didn't even queue up. I mean, there's plenty of stuff to do. I'd say you'd get at minimum like 50 hours of enjoyment from it. And that's like at minimum. Didn't care for in Pokemon was all the RNG stuff. There's no RNG. Zero RNG in this game. No flinches. Status effects are all calculated. No critical hits. This is all numbers based. But you'll do the exact same damage one turn as the next. First you were like, in the story, 30-ish hours be done with it, now you're 500 hours in. Really? You've already played 500 hours, Lore Weaver? That's kind of crazy. I mean, I've got way more than that, but yeah, that's still quite a bit since you're newer to the game. Ah, we're up against Funky. That should be fun. Alright. Sambi's kind of a big problem for my team. Hedgenin is as well, but I've got Saipat. Maybe he'll ban Saipat? If he doesn't, that'll be better. PRB, wife's getting onto you about eating. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, this is a competitive battle. Again, it's actually like two of the top players in the game battling each other, so should be pretty cool. 500 hours, you've basically done nothing. Is it all on your account that hasn't left the starter town? Gario gets banned. I want to threaten out the Volphy so I can bring... I'm gonna bring Tutu. It gives me a lot of flexibility in what my second pick is. Okay. So that is the best play for him, to pick Volphy as well as one of his fires. Because I can't freely pick Scaravolts. I'm pretty sure Scaravolt lives the Sludge Gift, but then he swaps Tolkien and I'm still in the same bad spot. I can pick Saipat here, force him to swap Tolkien. And then finish off Volphy next turn. Brocklum's really good here. It's one of the times that actually counters both of Golzy's stabs. Momo's going to be threatening. I want Saku for sure. And I think I'm going to go Hazrat. Hazrat's faster, can get hits off, just in case Tolkien lives on low health. Plus, if it just dies to Tolkien or something, if I sack it, I get Toxic Farewell value, which is always good. Toxic Farewell plus Venomous Claws from Saipass should finish it. Marbles sucks, but he gets marbles too. Haha. Both of us are in not fun positions. Show off with synergy. He didn't pick the Nestla, so he doesn't have anything that wants to eat this Nox Bomb. Doesn't have any seized, unless this is for some crazy reason a burglar Volphy. Alright, he brings in his Golzy. Oh, I didn't even think about handcuffs. Shoot. That was super dumb. I don't know why I wasn't thinking of that. Well, not a good start here. At all. I can live one more Plague. If he doubles the Saipat though, then it's dead. Swaps in Momo here, interesting. Do the hasty lunge, I do not survive. I knew I could live one more Plague, so that's what I was kind of hoping for, but he knew that and played accordingly. Okay. So Golzi can't do a whole lot. I guess they can Oshi the 2-2 predicting a swap to Saku, which wouldn't be fun. I'm gonna see if my Plague's faster than this Momo, if I could possibly two-shot it. I think this game's kind of lost though. My oversight on the handcuffs is really bad because I needed a Saipat to kill Tolkien. Broccolum Plague does not outspeed Momo, so that means Saku's as good as dead here. But that's okay, Saku wasn't doing much else this game. Yeah, here comes the Tolkien back in just because it's not threatened. Lowers its special attack. Tolkien's on a board that it's just fine being on. I guess I'm just lucky I didn't run into Funky yesterday. If I played this a second time, I'd probably ban the Tolkien. It's from the start he was banning my options to deal with it. This is actually a matchup that being on orange side would really help to see if he banned my Band of Water first. But instead, I banned his Sandbee, even though I was still had my 2-Vine up. He just gets a Scavenger boost here. He doubles in on the Broccolum just in case a Fiery Soul wouldn't kill. He's not afraid of what Saku can do to Tolkien anyways. If I bring in Hazrat, I just died a tornado. If I bring in 2-2, I'm just delaying my death. Yeah, the Marbles chip hurts too. It goes down, so I have to Nox Bomb, and a burn Nox Bomb will not kill. Saku to remove the tag team bonus from the Fire Tornado. We just Fiery Souls. I'm pretty sure he's running a faster Tolkien than most as well. So my Tazrat will not outspeed it to finish it off with a Venomous Claws. I'll try, but it's very low chance. Good to be reminded every once in a while that Tolkien still just destroys my team with no redemption. 2-2 just gets wrecked by the +2 Major Slash from Valash. Tolkien, yeah, it speeds anyways, doesn't matter. Tolkien's too much of an offensive threat. Destroys a lot of teams, I know, it has the full kit, everything it wants to do. Yeah, 2-2 actually lived. Had I outsped, I probably would have stood a chance. Because there goes Valash. I guess Zrat against Volfi wouldn't have been a good matchup. So, oh well. I lost anyways. GG's, Funky. Oh, we got another egg hatching. No luck. Time for probably one more match, and then I'm going to take a break, just a short one, and mentally prepare for my next match. Eight games for practice. Warm up is always good. Do some calcs versus Zalbian. I don't know what kind of... He's got an up bar on his Zalbian, and the thing that matters most to me is its speed tier, which I have no idea. Most Zalbians I think hit 222. That way they outspeed 221 breakpoints. And under Seed Aura, a non-synergy Electro Punch hits 111. So yeah, it underspeeds Naga. But it's a nut bar Zalbian, so it might have even more bulk than that. Plus, I don't know its moveset either, if it's Wastewater or... I'm sure it's Wastewater or Electro Punch. Probably Turbine. Last move, I have no clue. Could be Cyber Claw, could be Telekinetic, Crystal Bite. Something goofy like Frond Whip or even Laundry. Zalbian has so many options. It doesn't look like a heat up set, so I don't think that's one I have to worry about. But we'll see. My 2-Vine gets banned. Little interesting. Might see the Shelllant OB opener. I'm gonna lead with Saku. Only thing he has to beat Saku is Acronox. But if he picked Acronox, I had Broccolum. Yeah, that's what he does. Broccolum's fine here. I have to be careful about the mix. I think I'm gonna ban the Shelllant. Ugh, I don't know. Mix, if it gets knocked into Puppet Master, could be a huge problem for me. And if it swaps in for the Acronox turn 1, that would be awful. And yet if I don't attack the Acronox, then it gets Toxin Shower up, so... Don't know, maybe the play is going to be to Boomerang Acronox and then Soul Shout Gazuma. That covers for both. Boomerang shouldn't knock it into PM. I'm going to ban the Volphy. Banning Volphy frees up Gario, which is pretty good against this team. It's not great against Shelllant, but if you... Okay, so there's the Shelllant. I pick Saipat now. And... I'm gonna go Hazrat. More marbles. PM, yeah, Puppet Master. You get in the habits of using lingo that people probably don't understand. There's the Acronox swap into Mix. No, into Obi. Oh, he didn't even pick Mix. I wasn't even paying attention. Oh well. Obi still doesn't do a whole lot on this board. Like, gets fast charged, but... Yeah, I mean, Saku's okay with that. Biggest thing is that this Obi probably is still running blue screen, so it can do some shenanigans. Even though, or no, they did remove it in the second patch, right? Hopefully. Yeah, I know when they did the patch initially, it still had it. I forgot that they did a second patch right after, so. Sparks on Gazuma. I mean, Gazuma doesn't touch this board. Okay, Hurricane hurts a little bit. Oh, I don't think this quite kills. Bush will be up next turn. Yeah, darn. Alright, I'm gonna life full on Saku and then rest on Broccolum. Next turn I can attack with Broccolum. I could even swap. Yeah. Both of them are +2. Psypat won't outspeed. Be a decent board for Gario though, because I can Rockfall. Marbles. There's the bush. Tornado gets blocked. It's a really good move to block. It's very high damage. Saku I want to swap out, but then I take marbles. I'm gonna swap in Hazrat just for death fodder. It's not gonna do anything this game. He stays in with both. I don't know what he's doing though. Very curious. Sparks Hurricane again. Hazrat goes down, that's a-okay. Just using it for Toxic Farewell on the Gazuma here. Yeah. Oh, Hazrat doesn't die. Marbus feels so good to use, but feels really bad going against. Yeah, yep, definitely agree. Yeah, Shyland's pretty free here. That makes sense to see. Still gonna be a good board for Broccolin though. More marbles value. Alright, there's the T-Prison. Toxic Farewell value. Gazuma only gets one more attack off because of its low stamina. And then it will die to the Toxic Tick, so I'm not even going to attack it this turn. Saku's got Narco up. Just going to double into this Shaolant. This is the thing with Gazuma, it just doesn't have enough damage output. You can completely ignore it all game. It's got a good defensive typing, but that's about it. There's another Sparks. Maybe he has enough stamina to use another move then. Nope. It was like 40%. Yeah. Shaolant doesn't have the highest special attack, and without Bruiser it just doesn't have the damage output it wants. Oh, it lives on 1 health. Nah, it's more like 3 health. Let's see, do I want Broccolum Stam? Yes, I want Broccolum Stam more than Saku Stam. So I use Saku to finish the thing off. Gets the hold off on Grandpa. I was expecting Acronox. Inner Spirit, that'll hurt a bit more, for sure. That'll hurt a lot more. I was not counting turns well. I should have swapped in the side pat there just to guarantee I wouldn't take any damage. I'm gonna swap in Psypat here. Get the hold off on Nicho. I'm gonna Inner Spirit the Acronox. A Tornado plus... if it's a Last Rush Tornado, it probably just kills, because Last Rush is really strong. Hypno. That works too. lose my item, which is kind of bad. It's just turned from a good situation into a really bad one. Because I was not considering... Hypno. Oh, really? It's a... To nutbar Acronox? That's very strange. Oh, it's trolling and I'm not playing as if... I was expecting the Toxin Shower, so I did not play around Sting at all. It's not enough damage. It's not nearly enough damage. If I had just killed the Acronox there, I would have been fine. Like, you don't sting into a camouflage Broccolum because it pushes off the toxic ticks and procs camo. He's doing it again. I was expecting the Toxin Shower now, and so I would outspeed because it's a slow, bulky Acronox. But it's a weak Grandpa too. This game is going so weird. Even have Toxin Shower. It's revealed Rotten Goo and Sting. That is it. GG. I don't know why you would run Acronox without Toxin Shower, but it may not. It may not have it. It was a slower, bulkier one, so maybe that was his justification. Like, oh, it won't outspeed anything, but here I am running a slow team, and it would have gotten so much value, it would have won him the game. It could be, like, maybe he gave up Venom Spread, or gave up Toxin Shower for Venom Spread. Thinking that that would give more value. Not sure. But it's always good to end on a win. That is going to be my last game. Hopefully that doesn't screw up my thought process for the games to come. No, I won't let it. That was actually like one of the rank 1 player for a long period last season. Sheldon Cooper. Okay, thank you all so much for watching, for all the new subs, the support. I will be playing the second match in the tournament. The half an hour is the first match of today's. Okay, you know what? My brain's already fried. I really need this break. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out Play Temtem on Twitch for the tournament later today in half an hour. I will be the second match, and I'll be against Lulu. Thanks for watching, and see ya.